What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Jay Gagan Show. My name is Jay Gagan, and thank you for joining us here on March 8th, 2022. We have a very, very exciting show. So much to cover. I don't think I've done a live stream since my YouTube channel has been taken down, so we'll do a quick update on that. We're going to be talking about the crypto market. We all understand that President Biden is set to release an executive order on crypto this week. We're going to be taking a look at that. Marshall Rogan Inu, we were in Vegas for UFC 272 this weekend. We're going to be talking about Rogan Inu and then Saitama. Saitama just signed a massive partnership with Eagle FC, and we're going to be having a UFC fighter on here, Ian Heinisch, who I was with in Vegas, give his thoughts and his takes on all of that. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, let me see who is here with us in the stream tonight. Without you guys, this is not possible. So tonight, we have our friend Coin View Cap. I think that's a coin. CVC's here. Cajun Crypto said, welcome back. Shout out to Cajun Crypto. Nuna is here, as well as Gene Cairo. Oh, Steve the Canadian. Stevie Chapman, my guy. We are here. Fist full of steel. John T, Gene Cairo, Kevin McCullen, McGuire, Francisco Del Toro, Himanshu Singh. I got to say it, the number one name in cryptocurrency. And Wallace Frey, he said, I never received my NFT from the Mandox giveaway on your stream. Well, Wallace, don't worry about that. We'll get that taken care of tonight. And Giannis, I think we're ready to go on a show tonight. So without further ado, guys, you are here right now, though. We have 32 likes, 57 people in here. Can we get to 52 likes to bring on UFC fighter Ian Heinisch? I promise it's going to be a great stream. And we also have 30 whitelist spots to Mandox brand new NFTs, which are launching on March 19th, going away tonight. So smash that like button. 63 people in here. Giannis 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗖𝗧. He said, I hope you say my name right with a laughing face. I don't know if I did. I know I got Giannis right. 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗖𝗧. I'm going to have Ian come on and that's where we're going to start with. Shout out to my guy Lee Sains, James McPherson, and my guy Mandox CMO with a $5 donation to start the night. I think we're ready to go. I think we're ready to celebrate, and we're ready to have a great stream. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor and let's welcome in UFC fighter, my good friend who I just went to Las Vegas with, Ian Heinisch. Ian, welcome to the Jay Gagan Show for the second time. How are you doing tonight, my brother?
Man, I'm doing excellent, man. You know, the dust is kind of settled. I made it back in my red-eye flight. I'm sure you're feeling the same way, and just kind of getting back to life, getting settled in. And what an epic weekend we had, man. Vegas was incredible. And you know, it was Vegas and it was back to full form. And, you know, the people were there, the masks were off, and it seemed really normal for us. And, it was a really good time. What would you say?
It was one of the best weekends of my life, and I have to thank you for that because, and thank Corey, you know, who also got us the suites there at the Encore. But you know, I'm a huge UFC fan. I've been to 3 out of the last 4 now, and they're fun when you just go. When you get good tickets and you go to the fights, they're fun. But I have to give you a huge shout out because we had the whole VIP experience, man. We walked in where the fighters walk in. We were underneath the tunnel. You know, I was shaking hands with people that I've seen on the big screen for years. You know, Chuck Liddell, Amanda Nunes. I met some famous TikTokers. We met, you know, people high up at the UFC. So I think the UFC fight was great. I think the fights were obviously great. You know, the experience in Vegas was great. But honestly, the experience behind the scenes at the UFC fight, UFC 272, was what set it apart. So I have to give you a huge shout out for that. And it was just one of the best experiences of my life.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. It was a pleasure having you. We had a blast. You know, we got a lot of business done too. You know, we really we shilled our tokens, man. All the people, we told them about Mandox, we told them about MRI, we told them you know, about the DeFi world and just the tokens that we support. And I know you shared a bunch as well that support you. And man, it was just such a blast. And I'm so glad your channel got put on. You know, I wanted to address that first. Like, what kind of cancel culture we live in, bro? You literally, what did you say, bro? That you would encourage someone to do something illegal? Like, I text you, I was like, did you say anything weird? And you're like, no, I have no idea. So whatever transpired from that?
Yeah, and I haven't had a chance to address that besides on Twitter, just because it happened on Thursday morning, and then we went to Vegas like early on Friday when it got put back on. But I woke up on Thursday at like, you know, 6:30. I went to the gym. I got a hard 3.5 mile run in on the treadmill, like sprints, which is a great thing because I was prepared for what was going to happen next. I don't check my phone until after the workout. So after my hard run, I'm stretching. I check my phone. 35 text messages. from people in the community, the Saitama community, like other YouTubers, influencers, like, yo, Jake, what happened? Your channel's taken down. And I'm like, oh no. I checked my Gmail and I got a message from YouTube at like 4 a.m. and it was like, hey, we took down your channel because you were quote unquote encouraging illegal activities. And I was like, honestly, when I saw that, I was kind of thankful because I was like, there's no way in hell I encourage any illegal activities. When I think of illegal activities, like in the macro, I'm like, encouraging someone to rob someone, encouraging someone to go steal from someone, encouraging someone to kill someone or hurt someone. And in the crypto space, it's like encouraging a rug puller, encouraging people to scam people, or encouraging people to evade taxes. And I was like, okay, cool. When I saw that, I was like, all right, we're going to get this back, because I've never, and people can probably agree, there's been people on the stream since day one. I don't think I've ever encouraged an illegal activity. So I came home around 9 a.m. I went on Twitter. I made a tweet just telling people what happened. And it got like, dude, 2,000 retweets. Hashtag free Jake Gagan was trending on Twitter, which is insane. Like, it was actually trending. And then within 24 hours, you know, YouTube sent me a DM back, or I guess I can kind of share the story. I went to the gym the next morning, did the same thing, got a hard workout in, and I checked my phone again afterwards, and it was messages from like Your Pop, Zach Humphreys, Austin Hilton saying, hey man, the power of community is so special, like so happy to get your channel back. And I kid you not, that day, I started crying. Like, I literally, when I saw that my channel was back online, I broke into tears a little bit. I started to cry, because it's like, man, I've worked so hard for this, and it was just a crazy thing. So we don't really know what happened with the channel. All I know is it was 24 hours, and I'm just so thankful for everybody that came to have my back and support me. And to all of you guys here, like, thank you so much. It means the world to me. But we don't really know why it happened, but it got taken down, and they pretty much, I appealed it that day. I think the community and the retweets had a huge part of it, had a huge impact in it. But YouTube messaged me about 24 hours later. They said, hey, Jake, we did a full review, a manual review of your account. You were not encouraging illegal activities. Sometimes we make a mistake. We're sorry about it. And your channel's back active. So that's where it is. And like I said, I didn't have a chance to tell it just because I was driving to Vegas and, you know, moving stuff out of my house that Friday morning, and then obviously in Vegas. But yeah, that's what happened. It was crazy, man. I was like, you know, and I was confident we were going to get it back, like when I was talking to people, but I woke up that Friday morning too. I'm like, what if we don't get it back? You know, it's like, what do we do? Because we're kind of, and maybe this is not the best expression, but it's like, we're kind of slaves to these platforms. You know, it's like, if they say, Ian, you're no longer to be on Twitter, you're off. Jake, you're no longer on YouTube, like, you're off. And as most people know, I just quit my job about a month ago. So it was definitely crazy, but I think I want to just say thank you to every single person that showed support. I didn't get back to everybody, but I saw all the tweets, and I'm just so grateful for the love and support, you know, of the community and that people showed.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I know you put in a lot of time over the years to even grow the channel to be where it's at. So for them to try to cancel you, come on, YouTube, get it together. Like, we're the good guys of crypto. And we appreciate you guys, you know, seeing the mistake that you made and getting Jake back on. And but yeah, let's move on. What do we got?
Dude, we got a good show now that we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. We're happy to have you back. Make sure to smash that like button. 56 likes, 93 people in here. We got 30 whitelist spots of NFTs going away, and UFC fighter Ian Heinisch on here. Let's get to 75 likes. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a good show. First off, let's take a look at the cryptocurrency market. So as of today, there's just so many things going on in the cryptocurrency market, Ian. Obviously, the war in Ukraine has a massive impact on what's going on. We understand that President Biden is set to sign or announce an executive order on crypto, which doesn't sound good. We don't really know what's going to be going on. And then just in general, you know, we're kind of in this bearish market. So there's a lot of things to be interested in. Bitcoin at 38,000, Ethereum dipped down 13% on the week after going up about 17% last week to 2,500. XRP 72 cents, Luna $85. Cardano was down quite a bit at 80 cents. Wow. Solana $82. So a lot of cryptocurrencies are down here. Obviously, everything that's going on with Russia and Ukraine, United States getting involved, NATO. It's like there's a lot of uncertainty, but I think that this has a big impact on what's going on. As you can see here, Biden is preparing to sign an executive order to expand U.S. oversight of the $2 trillion cryptocurrency market. I think once this news comes out, everybody's going to have a better idea. But I'll be honest with you right now, it's like, I'm not worried about it, but hey, it's not like the best news. It's not like, hey, run free and, you know, send Bitcoin to the moon. It's like Biden is going to get involved. The Democratic Party is going to get involved. And it's going to be interesting to see what type of regulation that they have set out for us here in the coming days. But as you can see here, we're expected to see the executive order to expand U.S. oversight on the cryptocurrency market here this week. I mean, what are your thoughts with everything that's going on now with the crypto market, and especially with this executive order from President Biden?
Yeah, I mean, the crypto market, it doesn't know what it wants to do right now. It's not bearish, super bearish. I mean, even though it's considered we are in a bear market, but it's not bullish either. And, I think with this, I'm very hopeful that, it's just going to be a little more regulation with preventing like rug pulls and pump and dumps and stuff like that. But, I feel it's going to, like they said, it's going to take about 4 to 6 months for them, the SEC and these people, people to get really involved and what their role is going to be. So we're just going to have to watch it unfold. I do think that there will be some FUD with it, but then I believe the market will bounce back. And then on the 15th, aren't we going to see interest rates? And I think the Feds are going to hopefully not come out as high as we thought, maybe with a 0.25. And I think that would be a great news catalyst to actually be a little bullish for this month.
Yeah, there's just so much uncertainty. It's like there's just a lot. And I put out a tweet earlier today. I was like, take care of your mental health. Cause like I was feeling it today too. It's like, look, we just got out of COVID. I don't even know if we got out of it, right? It's like, it's kind of taking a back seat, but that was tough on people in general. And now it's like a war's going on. And then, obviously all 100+ people in the stream right now are investing in crypto. And you have this weighing over your head that Biden's set to sign some executive orders. So I think that times are definitely tough right now for a lot of people. I want to address this before we get into it. Sebastian McDonald said, hey, there was a fake Jay Gagan on IG. Follow me and then DM me. Let people know to be careful. I asked this fake person when the next live show is. I was told Wednesday. Glad to see you. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know how to address this. Like, there's so many fake Jay Gagan accounts. I report them all and I block them all. And I don't really know what to say or do. I mean, it's like, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I'll keep putting out tweets and keep addressing it. But thank you so much, Sebastian. And sorry that they DM'd you. But I think you're exactly right, Ian. It's like we're just in this waiting stage. It's like I'm not personally, and I never give financial advice, but I'm not buying anything. I'm not selling anything. I'm just kind of waiting to see what this news is right now, because ultimately it comes down to what President Biden says and what also is happening in Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to say, when people are making fake Instagrams about you, you made it. But no, man, people watch out. Like if someone DMs you, I don't think Jake's just going to DM you unless you have some type of connection where he wants to get a hold of you. And make sure it is the real profile, because there are so many scams. And there's even like some worries that there's going to be like a cyber pandemic. I don't know if you've heard anything about that, but no. I was kind of reading more into that, where there's going to be all these cyber attacks. So just make sure your wallets are safe. Make sure you're not connecting to sketchy Wi-Fi, and just make sure you're protected. And another good point too, if it does get bearish, like we were talking about, millionaires aren't made when you buy in when things are bullish, and millionaires are made when people are fearful. So think about the coins that you really believe in at the time, that really have value to you, that you believe in the mission, you believe in the contracts and the devs, and put some money aside, not financial advice, but maybe invest in some of those tokens that you really believe in if it does go down, because when it goes up, that's when people are going to be FOMOing in, but you're going to be sitting pretty and get ready to cash out some of it. And that's a smart way that I've learned how to invest.
Yeah. And let me ask you, I mean, like, and I'll tell you my thoughts after, but it's like, look, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. Like there's a lot of FUD, there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of doubt, there's a lot of fear too. I mean, what are your thoughts on crypto long-term though? I mean, is this something that you're still bullish on and that you think is inevitable long-term?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I'm so bullish on crypto long-term, 2 to 5 years. I believe I will be set after fighting. Even if I didn't save any of my fighting money, obviously I got to be smart. But at the same time, I mean, look at what's just happening right now. Like for Cain Velasquez, I just saw that they actually, GoFundMe is now not releasing the funds. And they also did this with the Canadian Freedom.
What?
Yeah, dude. People invested, I think, a couple million. I don't know how much, a lot.
Hold up.
And GoFundMe literally shut them down from giving Cain and his family the funds that people donated to give to him. They also did that for the Freedom Convoy. Yeah, if it's on MMA Island on Instagram, they put an article out about it. And they also shut down $9 million to the Freedom Convoy that were peacefully protesting in Canada. And, that's not their money to decide where it goes. That's just wrong. So people now are resorting to crypto because, you know, they know the money's going to get in the hands of the people that they want to donate to. And it just shows many, it's just
What?
one of many examples that how crypto is going to change the game.
How are they shutting down a GoFundMe for Kane? It's like, dude, the guy was arrested. I understand, like he attempted murder. That's another conversation because, you know, you heard Dana White and Colby Covington talk about it, but it's like, look, I don't have any kids. I don't believe you have any kids either. But if I had a daughter or a son and they were molested at age 5, like I would expect that I would do something. Like I would expect that I would probably give my own life to do something, right? And like 𝗖𝗓𝗧𝗪, obviously his daughter's young. She was molested over 100 times. And I'm not saying what he did was right, but I'm just saying, like, how are these companies, these tech companies and these fundraising companies, at least that's what they're supposed to be, going to have say and say, hey, you can't donate to this person. Like, look, he has legal fees. He has fans. People want to support him. I understand what he did. You know, he obviously attempted to murder someone that, you know, molested his kids. But how do they have that power to say, look, you can't support this person? And they did it with the truckers too. You're right.
Yeah, it's sad, man. It's the system is broken for sure because you got this guy molesting his kid at a daycare, and then he gets out with no bail, which I don't know how that happens, and I don't know the full story, but I know this stuff happens where like you know, drug dealers and stuff like this will sit in prison for life, and you know, sex offenders are out in, you know, a year or even the same day, and he gets bailed out and then continues to molest Kane's daughter, I believe, or his relative. And yeah, I've seen a few different things. And obviously he reacted poorly. He should have, you know, in my opinion, he probably should have put his hands on him, but I don't know the situation. You know, he's a UFC champ, and, you know, everyone goes through moments, especially in a crisis like that, where he's freaking out, and he did what he thought he needed to do at the time. And then the judge today actually said that they think it's too dangerous for him to be let out in the public, which was, you know, very, you know, if they're going to let this guy go on bail, but they won't let Kane get bailed out with his family. And what if that GoFundMe is for his family? You know, what if that's for his family to support them and to help with legal fees? So, you know, GoFundMe, boycott them. If you use them, stop it. We need to make a patriot GoFundMe that gives freedom to people to give where they want to give. Obviously not like terrorism, but I think that's a big problem. And crypto is one of the solutions for that.
Yeah, crypto is the solution. It's like, yeah, if people are supporting somebody and donating their hard-earned money, there should not be a tech company that you know has the platform that says what they can and cannot donate to. And I want to ask the chat that as well. I mean, do you agree? Because people could probably have differing opinions. You know, some people might sit at home and say, hey, he tried to kill somebody. He should not get that money. And that's your opinion as well. But I want to ask the chat, what are your thoughts on that, guys? Do you think that a tech company should have the authorization to say you guys can or can't donate to this cause? I think that there might be some cases where I would say yes, they should, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, if you're trying to give to, let's use a terrorist organization like ISIS or Al-Qaeda, maybe they should have that. Say, hey, you guys can't donate to this because it's going to harm the rest of the world. But in the sense of the Canadian truckers, in the sense of 𝗖𝗓𝗪𝗧𝗪, maybe they should have some say. Now, I wanted to pull up something that my guy Lee Sains just donated. Jake, I Venmo'd you so you can hook our guy up, Ian, with some merch on the Wolfpack. So, Ian, Lee Sains just Venmo me, and we're going to send you some Saitama merch to rock. So, shout out to Lee and Lee. We're going to be getting to the Saitama / Eagle FC partnership in just a bit, which I'm looking forward to. You can see here, Christine is not very happy about GoFundMe banning 𝗖𝗓𝗪𝗧𝗪. McGuire said, is it possible to wrench me? Yes, it is. Give me a second and I will do that on the next question. But now I want to talk to Ian about our weekend. We just kind of mentioned a little bit. I told you it was one of my my favorite weekends I've had in a long time. But here we are in Las Vegas. I was with Ian. We had a good time. This is the probably the greatest women's fighter of all time, Amanda Nunes. We were talking to her about fighting. We were talking to her about cryptocurrency. We were talking to her about Marshall Rogan Inu. Got to see her daughter. It was great. Here's a picture of me and Ian at the event. And obviously some great seats here. So I got to ask you, man, after the event, you know, we're about 48 hours removed from the fight. I mean, what were your thoughts on the UFC 272 event that was happening in Las Vegas, Nevada?
Yeah, it was just an epic time, man. We got to meet with some amazing. We were backstage. First off, it was really cool to be able to show you that. Jake got to meet some of the head guys like Mick Maynard. I think you met Sean Shelby, Ozzy.
Yep.
These are matchmakers and public relations guys. Just some awesome guys, actually. And we also met, they were actually doing the NFT drop, Strike. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
And they both gave us $500. And it was just cool that, like, there was, like, these, like, kind of like NFT nerds. And, like, Jake was just, like, because they were like, do you know anything about NFTs? And Jake just, like, smiles. Like, it was funny. They were just chopping it up. And, yeah, we got taken to the family room, and you ran into those YouTubers or those
TikTokers.
What are they called?
Bryce Hall, Josh Richards, like
sorry,
famous TikTokers.
Okay, yeah, I don't do that, but yeah, no, it was just an amazing experience, and we also got to meet up with amazing also crypto influencers, like the Korean Jew, KJ, he was amazing, Cairo, B Roots. And just also a bunch of guys that are kind of teamed up with the MRI team. And it was just cool to put a face on all these guys that I talk to on Twitter chats all the time. And we just had such a great time. We had such a good dinner. And we hung out by the pool. And the fights were just incredible. And we were there with MRI shirts because obviously we were there fighting for the fighters. And just to hear all the shout outs in the crowd and just to put Jake in the whole group of all the fighters. And he was just making friends with so many different people and just got to experience some of the MMA community, how opening and how just genuine guys and just amazing, peaceful guys. Like most of the fighters, you would never think they were a fighter unless you knew, because we are just, we're calm people because we let all our aggression out in the cage. We let it all out in practice every day. And we're just, we're just normal, peaceful guys. But when we get in that cage, we flip a switch and we become a savage and put on a show.
Yep. And we got to tell him too about on what was it, Sunday, that me and Ian got a 80-minute deep tissue Thai massage and like a 20-minute body scrub. That was just the most amazing thing. So we live like kings this weekend. We had a good time. But obviously when you connect to somebody, online, I feel like you get to know them. Like, I feel like I know everybody in my chat. Like they've been in these streams for almost a year. Like we've connected, we've talked, we've been on Twitter together. We've had a good time, but obviously meeting you in person was a blessing. I want to take some time and talk about Rogan Inu because, and I like to be transparent on the show, Ian. This token, they don't pay me anything whatsoever. I've never been paid by them. I did buy in after I heard Ian talk about it on my first stream, but I'm not like paid to promote them. I wore the shirt and was represented because Ian's a brand ambassador for them, and I believe in what they do. I'm a big UFC fan. I think that fighters deserve to get paid more, and they're doing good things. Like Ian, they gave Ian a good amount of money to go get stem cell surgery, so they're doing good things. So I always like to just be honest with like my viewers here that I'm not paid to talk about this token whatsoever. But let's talk about Marshall Rogan for a second. I mean, tell us a little bit about your story and why you're so bullish on this project.
Yeah, absolutely. I partner with tokens that I really believe in, like Mandox, which we'll cover in a bit. And I saw this MRI token, right? Marshall Rogan Inu. I saw some fighters shouting it out, and I was like, man, what is this? And I looked into it. I reached out to one of the devs. They started talking to me, and I realized, man, these guys are really like making history because they are changing the game, giving back to fighters. I mean, being a fighter myself, I know what sacrifice and all the hard work that we go through to get to the cage. And most of these fighters, actually all of them coming up before the UFC, they're only fighting for passion. They make $2,000 a fight, maybe $4,000 on the high end. They have 10% to managers. They have 10% to the gym. And then they have 25% in taxes. Then they have to pay for flights, hotel rooms, and for per diem for their coaches that they bring out to the fights. So they're basically breaking even. So when this coin came out, they were actually, I told them my story because I was going through a hard time. I had a thyroid issue from a while back. I was having some residual concussion effects. I just pulled out of a fight that I was supposed to be in. I trained 6 weeks for this camp. And, camps cost a lot of money. You got to pay for your special foods. You got to have your nutrition on point, pay your nutritionist. There's so many costs that people don't see. And that's about $10,000 to me. So I told them the whole story. We only get paid when we fight. We have no insurance. We have no pensions. And they were like, hey, man, we want to pay for your stem cell treatment, which was tens of thousands of dollars that I wasn't willing to pay at the time just because I hadn't fought in a year. They paid for that. And I just watched what they did. And we went out and we were handing out cards to all the fighters. I was talking with the UFC. I was just telling about Marshall Rogan Inu. I don't get paid when I bring more fighters to it. But I was just like, it's my passion to help fighters because I know it helped me so much. I know they bought another fighter who couldn't get from A to B. They bought him a car. They bought other fighters mats because they hurt their knee because the mats were so old and torn. They bought them new mats. They're just hooking up everyone in the fight community. And we talked with some people in the UFC, and even the MRI team ran into Dana White, and he looked at him and said, "I love what you guys are doing," and shook their hand and took a picture with them. So that's huge when the boss man gives them kudos. And it was just a cool experience to hear so many people shouting them out, which has never been done. You're really not supposed to promote anything after your fight as far as they have special deals. Yep, there's the picture with Dana White.
That is insane.
Yeah, insane. I mean, look at that. They got the shirts on.
And he said, "We love what you're doing."
He literally said it. We have it on camera. He pointed out the shirts, and he's like, "I effing love what you guys are doing." So, like I said, when the boss man gives you kudos, the marketing is genius. It's Joe Rogan's dog. Joe Rogan got his dog shouted out 6 times on the fights 2 days ago. So I know he's looking into it. I know he knows about it, and it's just a matter of time before he starts talking about it. He's the most watched man in the world. He's the next Elon Musk, and I believe in their mission, man, and they're blessing fighters, and if I can be part of that, I love that. And because I know, like I said, the sacrifice and the commitment it takes to become a fighter, and we're just not getting paid what we've earned, and they're coming in and filling that void.
Yeah, I mean, you're a fighter, and like I said, guys, I was with Ian backstage. Like, he was literally promoting or plugging Marshall Rogan Inu to some of the biggest people in the world. Chuck Liddell comes up. He's like, "Hey, let me show you this. Amanda Nunes," which we ran into her like accidentally, like backstage in a room, and I started like fanboying. I was kind of starstruck. I'm like, "Amanda, I'm a huge fan." I was starstruck. But Ian was back there promoting and working and showing this project. But I thought it was pretty cool to see Dana White come up to 𝗪𝗧𝗏, Korean Jew, and 𝗪𝗓𝗡 and be like, "Hey, I love what you guys are doing." He said, "I love what you guys are doing," because Dana curses a lot. My mom is probably watching the stream. Shout out to 𝗪𝗧𝗏, who actually loves Ian Heinisch. She watched our first interview, and she loves you. But you tweeted this out. I thought this was funny. So do you think that Joe Rogan, speaking about Marshall Rogan Inu, is inevitable at some point?
Yeah, that's his next interview. He's going to interview his dog. Yeah, I thought that picture was hilarious because it's like he needs to speak with his dog and see what he's doing with the fighters, because he's a big advocate for fighter pay. He's talked about it many times on the podcast. It's just perfect timing with the Francis Ngannou fight and how all that controversy about a month ago happened, or a month and a half, and now for this to happen, I can really see Joe Rogan coming in. He's an OG of the fight game. He's been commentating 15 to 20 years, so he knows the ins and outs of it. And if he sees this coin legitimizing paying fighters, you got Ben Askren trying to FUD up the project, but you got people that really know about crypto that are just all on board. And we've personally talked to the dev many times, and he seems very genuine.
Yep, he does. And we just got a giant donation a little while ago. I don't want to miss it here, from Abe of Spades. He said, "Happy to see you back. Boba Tama Army in here showing love. When AMA, brother." Well, shout out to the Boba Tama Army. And as you guys know, when you show love like this, I'm gladly happy to take an AMA with the team. So that's how a lot of the tokens get on my radar. But huge shout out to my guy Abe of Spades. And guess what? Me and Ian Heinisch will now both look at Boba Tama and check them out. But huge shout out to the Boba Tama Army. A lot of people are saying if Jake becomes an MMA fighter, I'll get first seat. I don't know if I will, although I probably have a decent frame for it. Wouldn't you say? Like 6'4", like pretty like skinny and lanky, that like I could probably fight that like probably your weight. So I don't know if I would do that because I couldn't fight my brother Ian, but probably be at like 185 if I was.
Yeah, I was telling you, man, I said you got a big frame, you add on a little size. Maybe you could fight one of like the YouTubers like KJ was going to do. He's got a boxing match coming up in Dubai. He's fighting another crypto YouTuber. He's all pumped up about it, bro. And he's a legend. And yeah, man, who knows? Maybe we can get some training in next time we hang out.
Yeah, that would be good. I need to get you on those workouts because you kind of gave me like, you're like, yo, do the prison workouts. I'm like, the pull-ups, the push-ups. So I'm going to get you on that just like I can put on some weight because I want to beef up. But that's, dude, honestly, we might have to go to Dubai for KJ. And I want to do a stream here pretty soon, like me, you, 𝗪𝗧𝗏, KJ, just the entire team on here. But shout out to the Boba Tama community and shout out to my guy Abe of Spades for the donations. Now, Ian, I want to ask you another question too. Obviously, we saw the picture with Dana White. Marshall Rogan has taken the world by storm. It started at around 3 cents when you came on the live stream 2 weeks ago. It went all the way up to 19 cents. Like that is a massive run up. I'm not sure what it's at right now. Is it around like 9 or 10 cents right now? Do you know exactly what it's at?
I think it's at 11 cents. They
11.
just had their AMA and it went up. Yeah, check it out.
And I'm going to pull it up right now, but we talked about this too in Vegas. I was like, look, it happens in every cryptocurrency project in the world. You buy the rumor, you sell the news. When you have a massive event like UFC 272, you're going to see it pump like we did, going up to 19 cents, and you're going to see it pull back. But what's exciting about Rogan Inu is that they sponsor UFC fighters. And guess what? There's pretty much a UFC fight almost every week, and there's almost a main event fight, right? A UFC pay-per-view card almost every month. So it's not like most other cryptos where they say, hey, we have this major event coming on this day, and that's it. It's like it's always going to keep going. The fight, and UFC is doing a great job at promoting where the fights get better and better and better as time goes on. But right now it's around 11 cents, up 6% on the day. Obviously, we saw some sort of a pullback. It's trending number 3 here on Dex Tools, so obviously getting quite a bit of attraction, over $100 million market cap. I mean, what are your thoughts? Were you kind of expecting this pullback? I know we saw Funky Ben Askren tweet about it, saying it's a pump and dump, blah blah blah. But were you kind of expecting some sort of a pullback for Rogan Inu?
Yeah, I mean, with a run up like that, they should call Ben Fuddy Askren, because he just like is talking really wild right now. But yeah, no, like you said, man, I kind of expected this. It's a run up. Before the fights, Joe Rogan was going to be there. It was a big deal. And then obviously during the fights, it hit 19 cents and then it kind of went down and a lot of people sold off. But, that's like you said, man, there's a UFC fight every single weekend. Joe Rogan's going to be back in 3 weeks. So, it's just going to continue to pump, pump, dip. So, I'm in this long term. I'm bullish on this long term. The tokens that I am with, that I'm partnered, like Mandox and like MRI and Yeti, I am long-term with them, and I am long-term with crypto. I'm very bullish long-term.
I love that. And me too, man. It's like, even with all this stuff going on right now, and John T wanted me to give a shout out to Sharky Token. Shout out to Sharky Token. Even with all the FUD going on right now, I'm still bullish on it. It's like, these are the times that it's hardest. These are the times that I usually buy when there's a lot of FUD, but it's like, I have to wait and see what happens with Biden's executive order. Now, I want to take it to you as a UFC fighter. And look, dude, we were there. It was kind of crazy to see, like, every UFC fighter hopped in the mic. Thank you for the win, blah, blah, blah. Shout out to Rogan Inu. Every fighter. You're a UFC fighter. They're a big promotion. I want you to tell the story you kind of told me about, like, Nike and underwear and all that, and how they're so particular. Do you see UFC allowing this to continue at UFC 273, 274, 275, where every fighter hops on the microphone and says, shout out to Rogan Inu? Or do you think that they might have a meeting, and probably already had that meeting, to kind of put a stop to it?
Yeah, they definitely already had that meeting. This weekend too, they have another fight, and I think they got like 20 guys in the card. So it's going to be another crazy. I don't think they know. I've kind of heard from some inside sources that they're kind of trying to figure out what they're going to do. And it could go two ways. We're not supposed to advertise after the fights. We're not supposed to wear anything. We can't even wear like Nike underwear. It's got to be Venom. It used to be Reebok. It's got to be Venom. I can't even wear a different logo on my socks. So they're very particular with that. They're protecting their investments or their sponsorships. But at the same time, with the boss man giving them kudos, and, I don't know, either they're going to embrace it and they're probably going to become official sponsor with MRI token, or they're going to be like, hey guys, no more speaking of this inside the cage. So it's just going to kind of have to be around. And but we'll see. It's going to work its way out soon. Something's going to happen. But the morale from the UFC, from what I'm hearing on the inside, is that they like what they're doing, and they're just trying to figure out how to deal with this.
Yeah, and that's fair. But I wanted to hear your insight. Now, as you know, we are both Mandox brand ambassadors, and it's time to talk a little bit about Mandox. So shout out to Mandox, one of my favorite projects. They offered to give us 30 whitelist spots to their new NFT. So I think it's time we get this first giveaway. And guys, whitelist spots are obviously a lot cheaper than the original when it goes live. And these are the NFTs that Mandox is going to be going live with. The Cyborgs NFTs going live on March 19th. So they gave us 30 whitelist spots to give away on the stream tonight. So we're going to be getting that going in just a second. But I want to hear your story, because I don't think we talked about it last time. But your honest thoughts on Mandox and why it's a project you decided to partner with.
Yeah, big shout out to Mandox. They really are the one. They're the first token and project that I've partnered with. They're the OG Those guys will always be my number one. You know, I found them. It was kind of a weird thing. We kind of hit that bear market and things were flying down. And I threw $400 or $500 in this token, and I just on the whim, like I just kind of looked at it and I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of a cool logo. I see it running up. I see it's new. I threw it in there. Didn't even do the DD that I should have, but I threw it in there, and in about a week or two, it was up to $4,000. And
Wow.
I was like, wow, like it got my attention. And then I hopped on one of those Twitter spaces and they were like, what projects are you bullish on? And I was like, well, everything's red except Mandox. And I told them the run up that it's had. And then eventually I got in touch with the devs, which I talked to the CEO, Luke, just an
Yep.
amazing guy, man. And we connected so strongly on our faith, you know, and he's a missionary for 18 years in Guatemala. And he has built churches, he has built a community center, and he has built a school out there. He's really doing it. He's really dedicated his life to serve the Lord, which is just so powerful and just really meant a lot to me because we follow the same faith, like the Lord Savior Jesus Christ, and so we connected really hard with that. And then it was just so cool to see the project had its hand in every single thing. Like it had the Play to Earn game coming out. It has the Mandox Create, which you're able to create your own NFTs. He's teaching these kids in Guatemala how to make their own NFT projects so they can become financially free and get out of poverty. And then it has a new innovative blockchain technology where musicians are able, because Luke's a man of many trades, you know, he's also
Yep.
a musician as well. And so he was passionate about bringing a music platform as well. And then obviously all the amazing NFTs. It was like, man, this token has got the trifecta. It's got amazing devs. They work so hard. I'm in the admins group, and it's just a mission I can get behind. And it's really the Lord's token because He's blessing them. It's not like one of these tokens. Hey, we're going to make a bunch of money and then we'll give back a little. It's like, no, I've dedicated my life to serve, and now we're going to use this token so we can even serve more and open up, and we can do more missions in the States, and all the guys have this vision in their head of what mission they're going to do. So one of the most bullish tokens out there. It's consolidating right now, but I believe when the utilities keep dropping and people hear about their mission, it's going to fly.
I agree, and I second everything you just said there. It's like great team, great community, great use case, and obviously, look, as we mentioned, we were at UFC Strike, and they were telling us about NFTs. I'm so bullish on NFTs, it hurts. So we just tweeted out this new tweet, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be giving away 30 whitelist spots. So you're going to get early access into the Mandox NFT release on 3/19. It's very simple. The steps that we have to do. Giveaway time, 30 whitelist spots. All you have to do is retweet this tweet, follow Mandox and Ian Heinisch on Twitter, and then join the official Mandox Discord below. This enters you into the whitelist for the Cyborgs NFTs that are going to be taking place here. I'm telling you what, I bought the first one. These things are incredible, and we have more coming out here very, very soon. So the Mandox NFTs are dropping, and look at these things. These are sick. I'll pull up more in just a second, but these Cyborgs NFTs are dropping on 3/19. And ladies and gentlemen, by retweeting this tweet and following the steps, you get early access into the NFTs. I'm probably going to buy 4 or 5 because I messed up and I only bought one of the last ones. I'm probably going to buy 4 or 5, but these things are incredible. Shout out to the Mandox Tees for offering and sponsoring the stream with 30 whitelist spots to the Cyborgs NFTs. And a lot of people in here are going to win. A lot of people in here are going to get lucky. And a lot of people are going to get to win the second NFT drop from the Mandox team, which I am really, really looking forward to.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's like they got these 10 tribes in the video game, and it's really, it's really dark versus light. It's really like Luke is a genius. And the team has just made it where it's kind of like the gospel of just like in the world as well. Like it's light versus dark, and it's just this battle, and it's pretty cool, man. And Luke's an amazing artist, and the team is just pushing so hard, and they have such. They partnered with you, which is just so smart on their part. They got Austin Hilton they're doing AMAs with, 𝗖𝗎𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, Zach Humphreys. They've really collabed with all the top YouTubers and all the people who really are influencers of the altcoin community. And so it's going to be exciting to see them run again. I know they've cooled off a little bit, the Mandox charts, but it's a great time to get in there, and not financial advice, but buy the fear of the crypto market right now, because when it's running up, you will be The only thing you regret is you didn't buy more.
And what's that right? I haven't even checked the Mandox chart in a while. Is it down a lot? Is it just consolidating? Because I know like last week, like previously to the quick run up that we had, we were in like a little bit of a bull market, bearish market, excuse me, before the crypto markets took off, and Mandox was running up. Like while Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies were pulling back, Mandox was running up. So are we in? I mean, let's check out the Mandox chart right now and see exactly where we are at. Yeah, so it cooled back quite a bit since the all-time high. But I think it's also to do with what's going on in the crypto space right now. You know, it's like crypto is down. Obviously, we have the news like we've been mentioning with Ukraine. We have the news with Biden's executive order. Look, I think if Biden comes out and says something, which I hope, I'm praying. I hope they come out and they're like, hey, like just something like that's just like not that serious. Like, hey, we're gonna be looking into it. Like altcoins, Bitcoin, everything's gonna fly. Unless it's like some extreme secure news where it's like, hey, we're regulating this stuff. The SEC's on it. Like, I think we might see a pullback, but I think if it's just like, hey, we have this on our radar, like altcoins and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is going to fly. But obviously, we have to check it out. We have to see what happens here. But I think a lot of cryptocurrencies. I mean, a lot of the cryptocurrencies I cover, a lot of the cryptocurrencies in this DeFi space that I invest in, they're down. But it's also like we're in a bear market, and that's what happens with altcoins. Like when we're in a bear market, altcoins are going to be down, and guess what? When it turns bullish, altcoins fly. So that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of like stacking the cryptocurrencies that I'm most bullish on, and obviously, when this market flips around, great things are going to happen. People want us to check Boba Tama. We might have to check Boba Tama in just a second because Giannis, shout out. Can you say this name, Ian? You've traveled the world more than I have. Can you say that last name?
Giannis Ananidas.
That was pretty good.
We'll see.
I'm saying
who knows?
I'm from Florida. I'm saying Giannis.
Ananidas.
Is Boba Tama flying?
What is Boba Tama going on? Check the charts. We got to see.
I'll check it. I've never, honestly, I think I've seen Boba Tama. Boba Tama.
Man, it's just so cool to see like communities just like letting you know a token strong because the community like is so loud. And like we were saying that like Chael Sonnen actually said about MRI token, like money follows attention, right? And you see that with MRI getting so much attention at the fights and how the money is following that. And then you get community members just reaching out, hey, Boba Tama, here we go, another one.
Yeah, and like look at it, it's up 15% of the day, which is pretty impressive. The community's in here strong. 6 million market cap, so incredibly early, and 1,200 holders. So I can tell you this. Look, I'm not going to do the deepest dive here on the stream, but after this stream, I will check out Boba Tama, and I want to give a huge shout out to the community for coming in here, donating to the stream, and spamming the comments here on the Jay Gagan Show. But Boba Tama up 14% of the day, 6 million market cap, 1,200 holders. Someone send me this video in about 2 months and tell me where Boba Tama is at. But I've been seeing them like connecting with other people, other influencers in the space. So hopefully they do well. But look, honestly, at the end of the day, there's a lot of cryptocurrency projects out there, and I think we just have to check out, which ones are legit. But Boba Tama, shout out to the community. Lee Saints is in here saying Biden will mention KYC and exchanges is all, and how CBDCs are being considered. The centralized banks, digital currencies are being considered. KYC and exchanges. I hope so. If Biden comes on there and just says, hey, everybody needs to know your customer on exchanges, and we're going to be doing a centralized currency, dude, this shit is going to fly. This is going to fly. If he comes on here and like starts listing regulations and saying some crazy stuff, we might see some bearish news here. Miles JB said, Jake, thanks for the Boba Tama shout out. You are welcome. Let's take a quick look at that retweet that we just did here for the Mandox NFTs that are going to be going away in just a few minutes. 30 whitelist spots thanks to the Mandox team here. We have 50 retweets on this, so if you haven't yet, go ahead and retweet this tweet. Go ahead and join the official Mandox Twitter page, as well as follow Ian Heinisch on Twitter, and then join the Discord for your chance to enter to win 30 whitelist spots to the Mandox NFTs, the Cyborgs giveaways. And then we're also going to be checking out the Saitama the Saitama partnership with Eagle FC, and we're going to be talking to a professional fighter about that partnership. I gave my thoughts on it on an AMA earlier today, but we're going to be getting a professional fighter's thoughts. I think that's a little bit better. And someone just said Russ tweeted, so let's check out what he had to say before we get into what Saitama is doing with Eagle FC. So Russ just tweeted this 1 minute ago. Christine was on it. Christine, do you have his notifications turned on? Let's keep an eye out for that Inu Saitama logo to flood the airwaves all week. I think it's a good time to get into it, honestly, now. So for those that don't know, let me see if I can pull it up here. Saitama partnered with Eagle FC. They did a multi-year. I like this. I like how Eagle FC flexed on us a little bit. Eagle FC is proud to announce our multi-million-dollar partnership with Saitama, also known in the crypto community as Saitama. Saitama is a leading community-driven crypto platform promoting financial well-being. Ian, as a UFC fighter, someone that knows Khabib Nurmagomedov, obviously the president and promoter of Eagle FC pretty well. I mean, what are your thoughts on this partnership by Saitama?
Yeah, I mean, let's go back and just see what Eagle FC is, right? So Khabib, when he retired on top, he was the champ. He retired, and what a way to walk away from the game, being the champion and being undefeated. Just incredible. And, it's just a promotion that was made by Khabib. And, Khabib's very passionate about getting fighters paid more. And, he said, I'm not in this to be number 2 or number 3. So, like, he straight up, he's friends with Dana, but, like, he basically told Dana, hey, I'm coming for you. And Eagle FC has put on some amazing shows. They are bringing in guys that, like, amazing talent. Like, I have probably 4 or 5 teammates that are going to be at the fighting on the fights this Saturday. So I'm excited to go to one of those events live. And I'm not sure what they stream on. I don't know what platform they have. I don't know if it's just YouTube. I don't know if you could find that out.
I can find it for you.
Yeah, but I believe, they got so many eyes on them. Like, it was incredible for, like, a promotion that just started. Obviously, Khabib, one of the biggest names in a household MMA name, just incredible. And him putting on an amazing fight in his last promotion. I mean, they're skyrocketing. They are the fastest growing promotion in the game without knowing the stats, but I just know the game. And it's huge for Saitama to get on the canvas inside the cage, because a lot of eyes are going to be on that, and it's going to kind of solidify that. And it's so crazy to see all these crypto projects really getting into MMA. Like, they're really diving into the MMA community, because as we talked about, a lot of the MMA community, a lot of the MMA fans are people that dabble in crypto. So it's like a win-win for when you start using the MMA community to promote your crypto projects, because those guys either have a wallet or they're familiar with the crypto, and they're guys that are usually, middle class, hardworking Americans that want to invest and change their life by not having to go to work every day, and they're looking to get financial freedom. So if they can do that through a crypto project, they're all in. So it's a very smart move on Saitama. It's one of the biggest, and like I said, the biggest and upcoming promotion there is. And with Khabib's name on it and the eyes that are getting on it, I think it's going to do very well for Saitama.
It's a massive partnership. I think it's massive. And they also partner with 𝗪𝗲𝗡𝗪, sponsoring him in some sort. We don't know the exact details there, but we saw pictures of I think it's his profile picture here, but I wanted to pull this up because you asked where can you watch it. It's on FLX Cast app. Never heard of it, but we're going to check it out. But it looks like they're going to be the center ring sponsor. It looks like they're going to like essentially like the way that I check this, and shout out to my guy Justin Man as well as HMac. I love you guys both. Look, they are the crypto.com to the UFC. They're going to be the Saitama to the Eagle FC. Like, they're going to be the main shirt here. And I think it's great. Like, they didn't go for Conor McGregor. They went for 𝗪𝗲𝗡𝗪, up and coming. Conor McGregor, obviously the biggest. UFC, the biggest. Eagle FC, up and coming. So I think it's a great partnership. Saitama gets a lot of FUD, a lot of shit, but I keep it real on this channel. It's like I say things when things are bad. I say things when things are good. And this is a big partnership. Now, I don't know if I'm biased, because obviously I want Saitama to do well, and obviously I'm a huge mixed martial arts fan. But I think it's a big partnership, right? Like this is like almost signing with an up and coming Major League Baseball organization, or up and coming NBA basketball league. Like this is a huge league, and they didn't just sign with anybody. It's like they signed with Khabib Nurmagomedov's organization. So, like I said, I try to keep it as real on this channel and as unbiased as possible, but I do believe this is a big partnership. And as you saw, it's not just one fight or one deal. It's like multi-year, multi-million-dollar partnership that Saitama signed with Eagle FC.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be a household name for the MMA community. I mean, like you said, they are the crypto.com to the UFC. They're the Saitama for the Eagle FC, and that's incredible. I thought maybe they were going to be on one of the corner parts of the map, but they're right front center. So
in the middle, dude, like
in the middle. And I wonder if they're going to sponsor fighters as well, or if it's just the promotion, because I think it was really smart to be able to sponsor actually the fighters. But, I mean, that's going to get the eyes on it, but I just wonder where they're going to take it from there.
Me too. We have to check it out. We're going to have to see what it is. And, Sharky Token's in here. The actual Sharky YouTube is in here saying, Sharky, not another Inu, not another hybrid. What's up, brah? I'm Sharky. Well, Sharky, you got the attention of Jake Gagan and Ian Heinisch. Like I said, we're going to be checking out Boba Tama together. As soon as this ends, I'm going to hit end broadcast, and I'm going to do a screen share. We're going to be checking out both, and we'll also check out Sharky Token. It's not another Inu, not another hybrid. What's up, bruh? I'm Sharky. I like that. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up because look, it is a big partnership. Khabib's running it. And look, Saitama, no matter what they do, like I feel like right now, it's like they could sign Conor McGregor. They could sign the president of the United States. They could sign both, Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and everybody would have a problem with it. But look, I saw this picture, and I saw Islam, and I saw Khabib, and I was like, what are they doing with Khabib? I was like, there's got to be something. And that's a big deal. That's a big deal to partner with Eagle FC here, multi-year, multi-million. And then let me get your thoughts on Islam, because I haven't asked about that. But Islam Makhachev, I've come out and say, like, look, this guy's going to be fighting for a title shot. Obviously, he was supposed to fight 𝗪𝗓 𝗪𝗓 and probably would have won to get that title shot. But, honestly, you understand UFC in the lightweight division, and you obviously have a better understanding of Conor McGregor and how the UFC works. But we saw that Islam was supposed to take the fight last week against RDA. He backed out. The UFC said he asked for too much money. He went on an interview and said he didn't. He's going to be fighting 𝗪𝗓 𝗪𝗓 again. But what are your thoughts on Islam as a UFC fighter? I mean, is this guy next up? Do you think that this guy's going to be a future champion in the lightweight division?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And, especially when you have Khabib, he's a genuine guy. And Khabib's coming out and he's saying, he was my father's favorite, besides me. He's the next me, and he could be better than me. And, I was skeptical when I first heard that, but what I saw him do to Bobby Green, it was just like, man. And I've trained with these Russians, these Nurmagomedovs, and I've actually fought one as well. And, they're tough dudes, man. Their grappling's on another level and their striking's really catching up. And these are the type of dudes that their whole life is devoted to fighting. Like they do nothing else besides train. So, they're super dedicated. They have a great mentality every time I love training with these guys. And I think the future is super bright for him. And I think we can see him fighting for a title really soon and most likely getting that title.
Yeah, I would agree. So a massive partnership. And I feel like, I don't know if it's because obviously you're in the UFC. I watch a lot of UFC. Sharky is in here. Strong saying, what's up? How are you? I'm doing good. How you doing? Should we just have a live chat here? Should I message you back in the live chat? But I don't know if it's because if I didn't watch the UFC and I saw Saitama sign Islam Makhachev, I would have been like, what the hell are they doing? It's like, what are they doing? Right. It's like signing but it's like, we understand who this kid is and what he's doing. And I think it's pretty impressive. So let's go back to this tweet here that I just made regarding the Mandox giveaway and see where we're at. Obviously, all you have to do is join the Discord. The Mandox team is going to be reaching out to do the giveaway here. But look at this, guys. The Cyborgs giveaways are going to be taking place. 30 whitelist spots to the Cyborgs giveaway going live on 3/19. So if you want to enter, go ahead, retweet the tweet, and join the Discord to enter into the giveaway. Now, we talked about a lot of things. We saw Boba Tama. We talked about Rogan Inu. I want to take it back to Rogan Inu because they just made a Twitter post not too long ago with some major news that's going to be coming here in just a second. On Friday, they say they have a mega superstar ambassador to be revealed this Friday in Spaces. Happy guessing. It's a male wrestler it's a male with a wrestler style background. Who do you think it is, Ian? And if you have any insight, let us know.
My first thought would be 𝗖𝗧𝗪, right? He's done amazing things, and but we've heard from the inside that it's not him, and they're kind of keeping us guessing as well, as Jake knows. And so I don't honestly. I'd have to think about it because I just saw the actual hint, but oh man, Randy Couture? I don't know. I know a few of these guys are getting into crypto, so I guess we're just gonna have to wait till Friday. I'm gonna think about it a lot more, and we'll kind of bounce some ideas off. But my first thought would be 𝗖𝗪𝗧𝗪 because he has done so much for the project already, and they've already kind of partnered with him. So I don't know if he's just going to be an ambassador officially, or if they found someone else.
You want to know who I think?
Who?
It came to me. Like I literally saw his tweet, and I could be wrong. This is who I think it is.
DC. Wow.
He's partnered with some. I've seen him do like 1 or 2 crypto tweets. He's a Hall of Fame wrestler. He's a mega superstar. What do you think? Wow. I think there's potential there. I think there's potential there.
You might be right, man, because I don't know where I've heard something about DC like in the crypto, but yeah, you might be 100% right. So good guess, bro.
I think there's potential there, but we will have to wait and see. But essentially, at the end of the day, we got to see. But look at this, Pongo Inu to the moon. Big love to Jake Gagan and also to Ian Heinisch. I guess we got to check out some projects. Pongo Inu is in the house, Boba, Tama, as well as 𝗪𝗧𝗡𝗘𝗘𝗖𝗧. So we're going to be doing our research. And one of the reasons is because Jake 𝗪𝗧𝗛 has the best first name in the history of cryptocurrency. Shout out to Jake 𝗪𝗧𝗛, as well as my guy, Crypto Pre saying Terrarium is gushing. And yes, it is. I haven't invested in Terrarium, but I know the devs closely. I've been following it, and that project is going haywire. So shout out to everybody that's invested in Terrarium. Shout out to the Pongo Inu community. Thank you guys so much for your donations, as well as the Boba, Tama and the 𝗪𝗧𝗡𝗘𝗘𝗧 community. Ian and I have our hands full for some research later today. Now, Ian, I told you before the stream, we'll probably go for about an hour. We covered a lot more than I thought we were going to cover. We covered the GoFundMe and Cain Velasquez. Cain Velasquez. We covered the Biden executive order, Boba, Tama, Eagle FC, and Saitama, the Mandox NFT giveaways, which are going to be going live on March 19th. Was there anything else, as well as Marshall Rogan Inu, anything else you wanted us to cover before we sign off tonight?
I mean, no, man. I'm just really grateful that we got to meet, man. And I feel like us teaming up as far as we're going to continue to go to fights and, team up with these projects. And, we're just a big shout out to the Mandox community and all the devs there. They're really just overall good, hardworking guys, and one of the best dev teams and hardest working teams that I've ever seen. And shout out to MRI, and shout out to you, Jake, for getting me on. I appreciate all the help and mentorism you've given me in the crypto space. And yeah, man, it's so fun to cover these projects because it's like my 2 favorite things now. We got MMA and we got crypto, and so it's a blast every time we get to come on and talk about both things. So anytime you're willing to have me, man, I love to come on the show. And I appreciate everything you do, and keep up the good work. And Jake's, just a real genuine guy. And we've had many discussions on how, he wants to bring his community the best projects. And we kind of talked about how you can have everything you want in life if you just helping other people get what they want. And so, we're just trying to get people blessed, and we know God will take care of us if we do that. And so I appreciate you, man, and I appreciate the projects and all your community. It's just so cool to see so much of your fans have your back, your supporters. It's really cool.
Yeah, I owe it all to them. Like I would literally give my last cent to my community because of how they've supported me throughout these years. So I hope you guys know that. I'll never take you for granted. The support that you've shown has been tremendous. We got the Sharky Token still in here donating before we get off the stream. I guess we got to check out Sharky Token here first, but I would second that, Ian. I appreciate you coming on. Obviously, we're going to be doing a lot more of these, a lot more live streams. We'll probably be getting other fighters on. We got to get B Roots and Korean Jew on our show to do a four-way talking about Marshall Rogan Inu. But I want to give a huge shout out to my guy, Ian Heinisch. Make sure to go give him a follow on Twitter. He's going to be one of the biggest names in crypto in the UFC in the year of 2022. You mark my words on that. And also to everybody that joined in tonight, I understand that you have so much that you could be doing with your time. You have Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, Amazon Prime, Paramount, Peacock, the list goes on, and you chose to spend your time with Ian and I tonight. Thank you so much to Coco K, Randolph, as well as Lee, and everybody else that joined us here on the Jake Gagan Show tonight. We are happy to be back. We were canceled for a little bit on YouTube, and we are back right now. So thank you guys so much for your support. We love you so much, and make sure to go check out our guy, Ian Heinisch, on Twitter. We will see you on the next episode of the Jake Gagan Show. We're going to be going live with the Saitama dev team with a massive giveaway to learn more about their project tomorrow at 4 p.m. PST. Appreciate all the different communities that supported us tonight, and we will see you on the next episode tomorrow night. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a good night.